I'm Chandra. I'm here with my thoroughbred gelding Rhett, and I'm going to do the flexing in the halter / jumping hackamore lesson. So he already flexes in the halter fairly well. I've been riding him in a halter, and then I've got this, and I wanted to try it out and use that instead of mechanical hackamore. So I'm going to kind of teach him how he should respond to this. It's a little bit thicker than the rope halter, so he probably is going to lean on it a little bit, but we'll see. I want to just more teach him about being light in this versus like putting a lot of pressure on him. So I'm just going to start. He doesn't have to know how to do the flexing laterally with the halter if you do it in one of these, but I would do it in the halter before you do it in a bit. So I'm gonna just, there. He just barely touched his head. I'm gonna release. So I'm just picking up barely on this rein. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna slowly close my fingers. There, he moved his head. So, and then I'm gonna reward with positive reinforcement every time he does it really well. So very light, there. My fingers, add more pressure, hold, there, came over a little bit. Okay, so slide my hand out, just slowly close my fingers and hold, there. And I don't want his feet to move, I want him to just flex his head. So he turned and he was pretty good about that, so I'm going to reward him. That's just a little extra bonus for turning his head. Give a little bit. Okay, I don't want him to move on top of me. So that's why I do the yielding the shoulders lesson first. Want this leg over. Push him over. There we go. I don't want him to push his shoulders over, I just want him to bend his neck. Just gonna pull him the other way. Just wait for him. Wait. He has no problems leaning. So I'm just gonna hold and wait. I want him to be light. I don't want to have to yank on him. He's completely fine. He's just falling asleep on me. So since he knows this lesson, I'm going to wake him up a little bit because he knows he should be lighter than this since he's done it in the halter before. So I'm just going to, there. I just barely bumped a little bit, get him off of it. I don't want him to be lazy and not be light. So I'm going to hold. So I'm holding, I'm going to hold for 7 seconds and then be like, hey. So I would not do this if you're just teaching the horse and they're scared and don't understand what you want. He understands, he just rather not. There. And hold and wait. And bump him off. That's going to be kind of boring. There, he slightly moved over. Hold. Oh. There. So he has been pretty stiff, so I want him to loosen up a little bit here. Wake up a bit. There. Okay, so he flexed, so I'm going to give him some extra reinforcement. He needs a little bit more motivation. He's going to have a lot of motivation to move his face. That's why adding in the positive reinforcement will help him. He'll have a little bit more motivation, because he'll just be like, I'm just going to stay here and fall asleep till you pull on my head and bump on me, and then I'll do it. So this will give him a little bit more motivation. A little bit lighter there. Good. So he's lighter. Asking him. There. See, now he is a little bit more motivated, like, where are those treats at? What can I do to get some? Good. I want to feed with his head slightly bent, because this is what I'm asking for, but not so much that he's like on top of me. So, gently ask. Okay. Good. So you can definitely tell his motivation went up a lot once I started adding more of the positive reinforcement. He was like, oh, I can do this for that. There. There. Good. Yes, I want you to do that. That's perfect. But I'm not going to bribe him. I'm not going to feed him off to the side, like over here by his shoulder. I want him to learn how to respond to this pressure on the bridle, because that's what I'm going to need when I'm going to ride him. I can't be like, hey, I have some grain, don't run away with me. It's not how it works. It's just an added tool to help him learn faster to your cues. Good. Yeah. Wait for his feet to stop. Good. So if he were moving around a lot, I would just come here, bring him back in frame. I would just hold the pressure, and just wait till his feet stop, and then continue to hold. He has to stop, stand still, and then give before you release and reward. You also want to kind of make sure that they don't step on you, so you want to be watching the two things at once. See how much lighter he has after he's been given that positive reinforcement? Very good. All right. So I just start off light every single time, and then sometimes I don't give him the positive reinforcement. Sometimes I just reward by releasing the pressure with negative reinforcement. So like there, he's not going to get it every single time because he knows what it means. So I'm asking for a little bit more bend now. So I built up. This is my horse's head, kind of. I built up to like asking for just a little bit, to a little bit more, till his face is over here. So until his face is bent like that. I don't want it over here on his shoulder. I don't want him twisting his neck. I just want it bent around, because then I can bend him and steer him instead of just twist his head to the side. If he's kind of expecting a treat, just kind of push his head back. Good. So you want to do it while he's moving his head. If you're close, just try and work on your timing. But it is important so he knows exactly what he's being rewarded for. I'm going to have him do it one more good time, and then I'm going to end him. I'd like him to be a little bit lighter. Good. All right. So I'm just going to end him on a good note. So he was flexing and he was really light. So I'm just going to end him for that. And you can end like this lesson if you're doing it, and then go ahead and just do the other side. I'm not going to film the other side because it's the same exact thing. But you always want to end on a positive note when they're flexing really nice and he's really soft and supple.